So here we are, 4 minutes on the net with Deck, Serious Writers Guild, makehits.com. Promise I'd do a series about the best way to use film and cameras and microphones and all that stuff for this side of work. And I would say to you that if you have a website, get into these 2 minute, 3 minute instant videos, especially on your home page. For instance, just telling what your site is all about, who you are, what you are all about. Very important, because most people today haven't got any time. They're spending all the time on Facebook and Instagram, so they haven't got time to read your website. The instant video is the way forward. Most of the big companies are doing it. 3 minute video. Got to be good quality, got to be superb. And I'll show you in the next few weeks how you can make superb quality videos. The camera, for instance. Camera I use is this one, ZI-8. Now I'll tell you how I came across that. A few years ago, about 5 years ago or so, my son asked me could he have a flip camera. Now, the flip camera was an unusual, innovative invention. It was a tiny camera like an iPhone, top quality, 1080, which actually you don't need. 720 by 60 is what you need for most of the YouTube stuff. Go on iPad and look good on laptops. Anything like that, look good on your phone. So you don't need 1080, but you've got it. If you have to do something sensational, like sometimes I'm asked to do audition tapes for Hollywood, for Disney, and that's what I use. What happened then was that Kodak got very jealous and they bought the company, the flip company, and they put it out of business. You can't get flip cameras now. But they reinvented it, they took it all apart, reinvented it, and put all sorts of extras onto it. Very easy to use. It's got one button that does everything. You can give it to any passerby and say, look, just press the red button, and it's on. Very, very simple. Very simple to look back at stuff. And then to download, they've still got the flip idea out the side of the camera into your computer editing gear. And I'll cover the editing gear in another one, another video. So the ZI-8, that's the one you want. I had mine stolen a few weeks ago when I was doing sound for my daughter. Somebody just literally stole it. And I'll give you a trick to, if you get your stuff stolen, if they got a guilty conscience, they might send it back to you. I'll put that on the screen. Just simply get an old-fashioned Dymo labeling system and put your phone number on it. Please return. You can put on it reward. That usually gets it returned. So ZI-8, when I had it stolen, I looked on eBay. They're about 120 quid, 140 quid pounds in the UK, probably the same in the States in dollars. And believe it or not, I bought two boxed, absolutely perfect, from Ireland for £50, and that is exactly what I'm using now. The ZI-8 is perfect for everything that you want to do. You can put it on a selfie stick, which I've got at the moment. You can do anything you like with it. As I say, it's brilliant if you're at a party or whatever. You can just give it to Charlie across the table and he'll take a video of you. Just make sure to say, the only thing you've got to be aware with these sort of cameras is to be aware that when you move, don't move quickly. If you do that, it looks rubbish. But if you do that very slowly, it's absolutely perfect. And you get that three-dimensional effect, which is lovely. I like doing that. That's about the only thing you've got to be careful of. Then download it. I would suggest download into a Mac. I know they're expensive, but they simply are the best. And for anything to do with video where you're dealing with huge files, and they are pretty big files. If you're using 1080, by the way, they're monstrously big files. But 720 is not too bad. they what you call work in real time. So if it's a 4-minute video, which I aim to do, they usually end up at about 5. Okay, 4-minute video, it'll take 4 minutes to download, to do anything serious with. Maybe if the faster your Mac, the faster it'll download, obviously. But there we are. So that's cameras. The last thing I'd say about cameras, yes, I do have the ZI-10, which is the latest version of the ZI-8. It's called Play something. I'll put the name on the screen. Can't think of it now. It's not called the ZI-10, but that's got all sorts of singing, all dancing stuff, editing features, and that. Oh, by the way, the still photographs are very good on the ZI-8, and I would suggest go for the ZI-8. Don't go for the ZI-10. It's just a little bit more complicated. I do have a DSLR, which is digital single lens reflex camera, very good one, a Nikon, which is the D3200, I think it is. And by the way, the reason I've got that is the only one of that genre of camera, the super duper quality, that you can put a microphone into this. Plugs right inside. And the ZI-8 actually is, that's why I went for it in the first place. It's the only one that you can plug an outside microphone into. And we'll talk about that in other 4 minutes in the Network Deck. The Nikon I use for if I have to do super duper quality for, say, that Hollywood stuff I was telling you about, and I do that on a tripod. You've got to use a tripod, and then I couldn't do this sort of work on that sort of camera, and don't even attempt it because they're too heavy, too cumbersome, and they're a bit tricky to work. You've got to have a university degree to work them. So there we are. This is Deck. 4 minutes on the Network Deck. Are you a member of the Serious Writers Guild? You should be. I'll tell you what, put your email. I'll put my email down below. Send me an email, give me your email address, and then we'll put you on the mailing list. And then you'll get notice every week of when 4 minutes is coming out. It comes out Sunday, 7 o'clock, we aim for every Sunday. Okay, see you then. This is Deck, Serious Writers Guild, makehits.com. Bye. See you next week. And by the way, this is where I live. There you are, Stanton Prior. I'm off now. Bye. The home of the Serious Writers Guild.